I'm gonna using a number 2 gel base. And you're gonna apply it like if you are really curious, and then especially for beginners, and if you want to curious how you can able to apply your dipping, make sure that if your dipping is the more even consistency layer you have, you apply, the better the dipping is gonna be. So here's the thing: a lot of states, if you have the state, your state that requires of not gonna let you dip into the jar. So what you need to do is get another smaller jars, and then you're gonna check, probably is gonna be sprinkled in. Either way, it's gonna work. So you're not gonna apply directly, dip in directly into the jar. I'm gonna put this one right here because it's getting my hand away. So at first you have the bonders right here, but I'm not gonna put in here because this is just the nail tips. And then you're gonna dust that off. You see that how a lot of like the extra layer of this, hopefully you can see it like this. Maybe you can see it better like that, yeah? Okay. So I always, I did this one first because this is just a technique. I will teach another tutorials with the building the apex of the nails. This is just a technique for ombre, but we're gonna do another tutorial, just a long tutorial for that one, to know how to build a special apex. But also we have the videos on how to build really nice apex and not like have lopsided on the nails in on YouTube. If you go into the dipping section, you're seeing all that, how you can able to build that. Hello, Instagram. Thanks so much, lady, for always coming and support. Okay, so you can do it one coat. And I need another brush of this, please. Okay, so I'm gonna apply the second coat and all entire the nails. I always doing a one coat of a nude or pink because you know why, it's got a really good base before I apply and sprinkle anything else. So right now I am going to using my brush, dip it in my white, and then hold it really close, hold it flat like this or tilt it like this, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna start from free edges. You know what? I think this is American, so it's gonna make it a little bit. Let me check. If it's too light, you can always move into the white colors. It looks really unnatural. So always focus on here is your focus spot. Then you make sure you focus on that. And it's gonna be because it's light, so then it can automatically blending in on the top of that. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. And then apply the nude color again. You can using the scoop that I have, but I like to have it like on my brush. So I'm using 2 different brush. If you have one brush, make sure you wipe it off really well so you don't want contaminating the nude ones and the white one. So usually when you're doing it 10 nails, you're gonna dust it off right here on my side. You can start seeing it, the white and the nude colors right here. Can you see it? Where's my piece of paper? Right here. Right here. Right there. Hopefully you can see it's a lot. It's really bright right now. All right, so I'm gonna go into the next coat, which is number 2 again. Remember, first is the pink first. Pink always get really nice base. I'm watching a lot of video, we're doing just the white first and then pink, so then you can see obviously of 2 light of the nude or the pink and the white. So it's really hard to get blend. But I promise, if you start with the pink base, give it a base first, then you're doing the whites or you're doing American whites or whatever you want to do, or even like this one is if you want to do green, blue, orange, coral, red is gonna give you a really nice blend. If you don't believe in it, try it yourself. So you're seeing a different when you have one base first. Doing a thin base, you don't have to get it long. So if you're doing on the real nails, you want to make sure that it's not close to the cuticles, because if you're doing too much close to the cuticles, the nails start getting really thick. So you want to get avoiding a little bit. I'm gonna do a second coat. This is like a really soft white. So you're gonna consult with the clients. You're like if you want to do a couple nails like this one with like a soft white, like a soft white, and then ones with the nude colors of soft white and nude colors, and then you get too simple for the clients to give them an option. So like some of my clients are really want a white. Some of them like, oh, I want just soft, I want a natural if possible. And some want a really hot pink. Like really, I want to see a pink and white. But sometimes clients will want to do like a really soft, so you give them some option. So if you're seeing all entire the techniques I did, I only applied it right here. I don't. A lot of students or a lot of people I was seeing, they start going right in the middle of the nails. Guess what? When you do right in the middle of the nails, what it does, your white's gonna go all the way up to the cuticles, because it's really flow. The particle is really flow, so it's gonna flow it for yourself, like it do the work for you. So that's why you always have to focus right on the free edges of the nails, and then work toward to the cuticles. But about like 1/3 of the nails, you stop there, and then it's already create that really nice fading look for you. So I'm gonna tap it down, move into my nude colors. You know, it looks like really simple, easy. Give it a couple times to practice on that. You'll get in your perfect pink and white. I really enjoying it at first. I'm telling you, it's really difficult for me to learn it. I still didn't get it why it might look. It looks like a pink and white. It doesn't blend it like this. I don't know, my skin is too yellow. Like that. So now, if the client just want like this, you will be completely done. If you want to get some hint of a little bit shimmery, like a glitter, I love the glitter. So I'm pick a couple of them right here. It's a great time for you to doing before you cap the clears on it. You can pick any of this. I will doing some soft like a pink like this. Let me give you a little bit on it. Number 2 again, gel base. And you're gonna apply it. You don't have to be necessary all the way to the cuticle, because you don't want it being too thick. Look at that. You can see that when I put the liquid on, you're seeing a soft look. Okay, so now I'm using a brush and then give it a little bit. It doesn't have to be too much, just a little bit. However you want it. I'm using one of really soft ones from what is that collection? Touch of Colors. This freaking awesome. Like I works with this for all liquid and powder. You can do it without this or with this. And then let a couple of do you want to see butterflies, or do you want to see the shiny sky, or you want to see both? Where my picker? I have my butterfly right there. Just some of my butterflies on the side right there. You can do it later, or you can do it right in here. It's either way, it works really nice. It's fun, everyone. We have so many requests for dipping. This is special for our subscribers on YouTube as well. Thank you so much for the love and support of all of you, ladies, gentlemen. Oh, you like them both? Okay. However you want this. I'm going to do the sky right here. I have that right on my side. Maybe Facebook can see that I did. Okay, so just a little bit. I'll pick some a smaller one. Can you grab that one over here, please? Because get me the new one. I spilled that. And I have a whole entire right here on my... You're fire. See, now it dropped everything. I wish I have a real model here. Oh my goodness, it's uninvited butterflies that come in here. How dare you? Okay, that's it. Too much guys and she's gonna fly off of me. Can you still see pink and white ombre? Yeah. Okay, see, I don't want to be taking too much off of it. So look at this. So with this services, like for the clients, even doing dipping powder or liquid and powder, the clients want an ombre technique, and guess what? You have another technique on it, is encapsulating. So this nails on the designs, it depends on how you're doing whole set and with additional service charge for that. And like say if you're doing whole sets for another $15 or $20, $25, and now with encapsulating another $15 or $20. So it really depends on salon location, but you're using two techniques right here just for your information. So I'm using a clear to coat that completely, so then the butterfly is not gonna fly off from the nails when I file them, which is that we don't want that. If you want to see the dipping powder all day today, we'll do all different colors and all different designs encapsulating. It's going to be so much fun. And our next section, we probably can do color blocking. Unless you want to see the color blocking today, we're going to do some fun color blocking as well. So I'm going to apply the number 2 again, everyone. I am going to cap this butterflies. So then make sure that it's not going to flying everywhere when I using my e-file. So my scoop. And I have quite a few of them, so then they will, I'm using a different color. Sometimes I have 4 or 5 different colors with the clients. I make sure that I got different scoop, and sometimes I'm using for the black colors or the red colors. It's kind of a stain on it, so you don't want to dip into your clear. So dust that off. And now I'm going to apply another coat on it. So here I'm going to share with you how is your butterflies is underneath. Later when we put it back, the top coat on, it's going to look so shiny back again. And finally it's like, oh my God, Nancy, give me back that shiny. So here's what, go back to the earlier I was sharing it. If you're doing right underneath it, encapsulating, it's gonna make a little bit dull look. But if you're using, after you finish all everything and you're using a no wipe condensed glue gel and no wipe top coat, and you apply your dramatic glitters on it, it actually is better. It will sparkle more for you. So we're using this one without condensed glue gel and top coat, and then the next one we do ombre, we're gonna do that another technique, so you get variety of different technique tonight. Okay, so with this one is I apply the number 2s on the top of the clears. I know there's a lot of you, when I got an opportunity to train so many different companies doing different techniques, and then you see when you're doing that, put the clears on and you go right into number 3 right away without putting number 2s on. I always have a number 2s on. Why? Because it was help to balance the ratio of a powder and essential. The same with our liquid powder. And sometimes if you're doing and you pick up your liquid and your powder is not like a right ratio, it can make your nail either too dry or too wet. If it's too dry, it's have a bubble and has grainy looks and it cloudy. And if it's too wet, it's just runny. So same thing with a dipping powder too. So I apply the number 2s on it, so then it's completely balanced for the looks of my powder. And now it's still really sticky. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into the activator. And with this activator, here's a tip and trick. After you're done all 10 nails, what you need to do is just using your brush, and you need to just tap. This is a great information for beginners. So you tap it first. You see that how it run it down. When it run it down, it's already help it dry. So what you need to do in using a piece of paper, make sure you wipe your brush right here and put it back in. This one, it should be dry in like in no time. And we can shape it and we'll file them and buff. And it's so easy and it's really nice. It doesn't look bulky in thickness at all. So it should be dry right now. So even like if you want to file them, you can. You want to see another ombre look for this one? It's just cool, something at dipping. Hi Sarah, is Sarah in? Yes, Sonia, dipping as strong as acrylic. Yes, if we build the structure properly, yes. We have a lot of clients that are doing a dipping powder and long nails. Is a structure is important. Like sometimes you're seeing that with the acrylic too, if you don't build the structures, the apex right, it could, you know, like break off in like no time for both acrylics or dipping powder. I want to say hello to everyone. Hi Jessica, if you're still there. Hi Diva, Foxy Loxy, Pretty Nuna, Spamolix, to make sure it's the Whitney. Hello SEC, hey Jennifer. So great, I think it should be dry right now. And I want to probably completely one first to show you first, because this one wouldn't have to wait until it dry. It's already dry. It's not gonna dry if you're not applying number 3 on it. It will never dry. And then for this, I would suggest using the file, like either it's sand beads or you want to using just mediums or fine carbides that you're using. That's all you need, because you don't need too sharp and too coarse. Good. We'll turn the finger of the clients like this so we can see the shape of her nails. Okay, so let's see if we have my file right here. Just for quick entertain, this is my brush. Hello, Andrew. How are you? Here's my cute brush. Oh, you keep getting kicked out. Like earlier too, I'm watching like Brad. I don't know why I keep getting kicked out, and the same with Sarah. Kabuki brush. I dress them all. It's so fun to do. I will tell you the story about this. If you look closer, we got to meet you in person. This every single crystal and stone here is the one. It's a second chance. I say it means that we select all our crystals and the shape and everything. So some of them is get a little bit of like off or scratch on the sides, and we don't take them into the jar for the deluxe jars that you receive in it. So like some of them you're seeing just a little bit missing right here. That's why it's here, but you can't really tell. So I decided, okay, I want to get all of this crystal another life, another chance to be shine, you know, to give them equal rights with that. So, sorry Facebook, if Facebook is out because somehow something has happened. So I want to go back. Look at that. Thank you. It looks so fun. And I have my shoes blings out as well. So it's so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. And if for beginners, here's is a really good tip and tricks advice for beginners, even myself too. Sometimes it's great to take precaution, like you're gonna do. I'm always using a sand. I always tell all my staff that, you know, like there's so many fancy e-file there. It's make all of us who even like, it's not only for beginners, for me too. It's overwhelming. Okay, it's overwhelming. Like it's like do one and then you seeing it all like crazy advertising, like, oh my God, I need to get that. And then we have to see what is the purpose of it to doing it help you with. But this one is old way fashion. Like always, it changed the sand. The sand is getting updated really nice. I like it so much better. It looks old, but it's not. It's every single one is brand new like this. It just does that. So then when you find the client's nail, it doesn't come off with all like have a brow sand. If you pay attention, you remember that brow sand is coming and then stick on the clients and make it looks hard for you to clean. So they have the white sand like now, so it doesn't see all the dust and all the black sands or brown sand on it. So I really like this. It's always, if you want, you always go this with the smooth the surface out, right? And then you can go back with another file for your cuticles. It's going from, this is from the left to the right. You don't need to do so much of this. If you apply your the essential gel base like consistency, you shouldn't have a hard time to file them. It sure is really nice. And keep in mind, if you apply your essential not even, like one spot is like thicker and the other is gonna be thinner, that's gonna make it happen to your dipping. It's not consistency. So great. So I'm just like doing really, and basically you're just really soft. You don't need to do a whole lot. Okay. Nancy, you should sell them brushes. What's the good way to use them? We do this brush, you mean? Nuna, we have this brush for just like few dollars. I think it's really cool, and $5 for your convenience, you know. It's really cool, and then we select exactly the one it needs, not the full one. I'm saying it because so many of us as a beginners, even me myself, it get overwhelming. You don't know how many of money that I spend for all that stuff that I couldn't ever use, because when using stuff is, I just want to teach. When I got an opportunity teaching the class and my students, I always like sharing with them and ask them what they have, so that I will suggest them instead of have them like spend so much money and then, well, okay, we spend money, but then what is the spend money? It doesn't really like helping us, or it doesn't do a purpose of you needing it, you know. If you're using a dipping powder, you don't. So I'm gonna go into this one is really like I'm doing it on myself. Well, this is like, we don't have to keep it like sanitizer, but I'm showing it here. It's really is gentle. So then you can clean the cuticles around, and you go back if you need to smooth them out. You necessarily, not really necessary, is it? Great. So I'm going to buff this now. So same buffing technique yesterday when I shared with you. Buff it from the top, the center of the nails, and buff it down. And now, if you send the clients to wash their hands, make sure they do not wash their hands with soap. But usually, before they come in, I already asked them to wash their hands before I'm prepping already. But if you, in case you want to send your clients it, I would not let them wash their hand with soap, because it had all the oil, it's kind of affecting it. But, you know, be honest, I don't send them at all. I will spray them with alcohol, because you know why? Because sometimes, the alcohol would dry really fast and it give it all nice dry surface. But if you send the clients to wash their hand, and guess what? They still have all the waters is still underneath, and it's also in the cuticle. It's not gonna dry for you. Either you do that and you make sure it completely dry before you top coat it, or else guess what? The resin base, which is the number 4 and number 2, it will make it cloudy. So a lot of you doing it and then say, why it doesn't look shiny and it looks so cloudy and it's not dry at all. And I did number 3 on it, and then I did number 4, but it doesn't dry. So you make sure you don't sand them. If you're doing, you make sure it dry really good. So you see, when I'm doing it, wipe off everything for clients first. And then I will do a number 3 again. So remember to put number 3, because we do have a lot of students were asking why I put number 3 already and then I file them and put number 4 on and it's not dry. So here's the thing, if you're doing it number 3 and then you buff them and you file them, they're already gone. So you need to reapply the number 3 again. And with this one, you don't have to worry, you apply really thin coat. For all of you who is really afraid of this gonna contaminating with number 4 and then make sure brush at number 4 is really like hard, what you need to do is after you apply number 3 with all 10 nails, you're using a piece of paper and you're gonna wipe it off. It's already dry, but I'm just wipe it off so then it's not gonna be too strong. And before you apply number 4. So now it's just important with the number 4. Get a nice piece of papers here. And I am going to floating, like the same technique I will share with you is the no white top coat floating on the top of condensed wool gel. Do it exact the same like this for me. Then you will achieve is 100% of getting really shiny. First coat, you're gonna do it really fast and thin and just let go. Brush your, wipe your brush on the piece of paper, because that will probably have some part of contaminating with the number 3, because that's gonna make your brush getting hot and freezing. So I'm gonna wipe it off before I put it back in. So now you're seeing it really shiny right now, right? It is normal and it's gonna start getting a really matte look, which is to start getting dry. So from really, look at that, how shiny, and then now start getting matte look right now. You can start seeing it. Because Facebook, can you see? Good. Right there. Look at our butterfly. It looks good, right? It's getting a little bit, we can't help it because that's the dipping powders. The liquid and powder is different. And then you start seeing is matte look it from a shiny, really, really super glossy shinies. Now it's start getting a matte. It means that it's ready for the second coat. But usually if you're doing all 10 nails, you do all 10 nails and the last nail you finish and then you'll be ready for the first nails again, like a second round. So I'm gonna do, now is the time for you to catch up with any spot you are missing. And I'm gonna apply all of them. And I just folding my brush. Lighter touch on your brush, the better it's gonna look and the shinier your nail is gonna look. So let's like touch just like floating. How do I explain the same with floating with techniques? You don't want to drag your brush, because the more you really give a pressures on the brush, the harder and the more chance the brush is gonna get harder. And the top not gonna be shiny. So here you go. That's your dipping technique. Great.